Hello and welcome to another episode of Tips and Ideas with Ed Wallace of Midwest Landscaping, www.uniqueenvironments.com. Well, we're riding mobile, kind of jittering and jumping around, so we may use this video, we may not, depending on how things roll with the video. But headed to a golf event here in Orange County. The Contractors Association I'm a member of, the California Landscape Contractors Association, the Orange County chapter, we're having our annual golf event. And because of COVID and the different pandemic situations that's going on, not only here in the United States, but all over the world, there's been a lot of events that have been cut back or canceled, delayed, however you want to call it. But we felt that we'll be able to go out and social distance and at least have some type of an event for our chapter members so that we can have some type of camaraderie and get away from all this confusion and depressing things that are happening because of COVID. Fortunately, we're in an industry that has been deemed essential by our illustrious governor, and so we're fortunate to be able to go out and work and keep our jobs and maintain our incomes and keep our staffs and stuff going. A lot of people that are not able to go out and do what they want to do in vacation this past year, so they've been putting their money into their homes, into their businesses, improving in their environment and just their living space and making things a lot more comfortable in their homes and at their businesses, which has been great. A godsend for the people in the green industry, especially here in Southern California, where the weather is pretty much great all year round. But it's a double great because we're able to work and maintain incomes and support our families and take care of business here in California. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about a soil moisture managing product that I use in conjunction with another product that is it's a nutrient that we use when we do all of our installations. The nutrient is called SeaXtra. It's a byproduct from seaweed and some other nutrients in products from the ocean. And what it does, it helps stimulate the roots to increase the root mass and helps to stabilize the plants so it doesn't go through a lot of plant shock. And also it has a humectant in it that helps the soil absorb the water a lot better. Sometimes you get soil that is called anaerobic, where when you put the water on the soil, it doesn't absorb well and it just kind of floats on top of the ground. If you ever have a situation like that, the scientific name for that is called anaerobic. And so what the SeaXtra does is creates a humectant environment to where the water is able to permeate the soil and break that barrier a lot easier, and makes it a lot easier for water to absorb into the soil. And over time it works its way down into the soil matrix more and more, and then the air exchange is a lot better, and also the infiltration of water down to the plant's roots has increased, which basically increases the health of the plant, and it also improves the growing conditions within the root zone, so the roots can establish new starts and go deeper, because the soil is nice and moist and the plant is able to stretch its roots out. Now, the other product that we use in conjunction with the cider grow is a product called Hydretain. And Hydretain is a soil moisture managing product that you can apply either dry or in liquid form. And when we use it, we usually use the combination of the SeaXtra in a tablet form. We have an applicator that we're able to put the tablet inside the applicator and turn the water on. We have a hose valve that we can regulate how much water comes through that applicator. And with the Hydretain, you mix it 2 ounces per gallon. Like I said, you can either get it in liquid form or in dry form. We use mostly liquid because we backfill the holes. When we dig the holes to plant our plant material, we use the standard, make it a little bit wider, the hole a bit wider, and not as deep, because we like to have the plants, the top of the root ball, at least about 1 inch above the ground, above the grade. That way we don't have any situations where we have possible root rot because of the soil being too close to around the trunk of the plant. And also we're able to create a nice berm so that when we do water, we're able to retain the water into a berm bowl type of situation where the water is able to permeate around the root zone. So by hydrating the hole, once we dig the hole, we pour the solution of Hydretain and the SeaXtra combo. And how we mix it is we mix in, I usually use a 5-gallon bucket and put in about, I put in 8 ounces of the Hydretain, put it in a bucket, and then I fill the bucket up with the SeaXtra. So it's mixed in solution, because the Hydretain has to be in the root zone for it to work the way it's supposed to work. And the properties of the Hydretain, what it does, it pulls the available water vapor in the soil, because when you water plants, you have water that evaporates through natural evaporation in the sky, and also you have water that is lost through the gravity, because the gravity pulls the water droplets down or pulls the water downward. So what's left in the pore spaces of the soil is water vapor. And what the Hydretain does is converts that water vapor into usable water for the plant's roots. So the roots are always in a state of hydrolysis because of this action of conversion from water vapor to water. So the Hydretain is a really great product in order to reduce the amount of water, in order to, and also to be able to have more effective results when you use fertilizers, and if you do use pesticides or some types of things to reduce the pest on the plants. When the plant is in hydrolysis, they're able to uptake the product into its system a lot better. And in order for the plant to assimilate it, it has to be in a hydraulic form. You can't take it up dry. It's not like our bodies where we can digest it and the enzymes or whatever in our stomach and intestines convert it over to what we need to power our bodies. Within a plant, it has to be in a liquid or hydrated form, and so that way the plant can assimilate it and use it for its use in its system. And so the Hydretain is very valuable with that property, by being able to reduce the amount of water you water the plant by. And we use a lot of California natives and drought-tolerant plant materials, and a lot of those materials, they do not get quite a bit of water during the summer and early summer and late summer. These plants, native plants, do not get a lot of water, and so what happens is they can get root rot if you water them too much. But if you have a lot of sunlight and wind from the Santa Anas, you're going to have a situation where the plant's going to dry out faster. So the Hydretain helps to retain the water at the root zone. We reduce the amount of water we have to put on the plant material. The SeaXtra increases the root mass, so the plant's able to establish itself a lot faster. It reduces the stress of the transplant from the container to the ground. So it's an excellent combination. And I may add that the Hydretain lasts in the soil for approximately 3 months, then you can reapply it. It degrades in the soil naturally, so it's no chemical, it's safe for pets and for humans, so it's nothing that's gonna upset the environment. But that's what we use when I do all my installations. And for maintenance, we can use the SeaXtra once a month, and also with the maintenance aspect of the Hydretain, you reapply the Hydretain once every 3 months to keep that watering schedule down, where you reduce the amount of water you're applying to your grass, shrubs, trees, vegetable garden. So by utilizing the Hydretain on a consistent basis every 3 months, and the SeaXtra, I would suggest once a month to keep the roots strong. You'll be in a good position to have healthy plants and have a very successful crop if you're growing vegetables or fruit trees. So that's your mobile one-on-one video conference lecture for this morning. This is Ed Wallace, mobile Midwest Landscaping, www.uniqueenvironments.com.